they suffer.
in these Western countries.
You see, like here in UK, I work in healthcare and we deal with that kind of people. Those kind of people, I mean, people who come via boats, they throw their passports in the ocean and stuff like that. When they arrive here, they don't have an identity. They know their name, they have mental capacity, but they have to pretend that they are sick. They don't understand themselves. They don't speak English. Hata tu unakuta ni ule mse unamjua mtaani, huyu ni Beth, but while here she's called Amino Mohammed. All because she doesn't want to be known. So you placed into a mental hospital or a hotel booked and paid for by the government for maybe like 2 years. Your application is still pending. At the end of 2 years, nothing is coming through, and then you have to remember our skin color pia it plays part. Whereas kimbia na hizi stories za asylum, kama wewe ni mtu white, it can favor you. Sometimes they can process your
That's true.
case
It
quite
can. It can.
but
Because like Ukrainians wamepata kazi sana.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, for
Yeah, kama huku tuko na Ukrainians
Yeah.
wengi
Yeah.
sana, lakini hawa watu wa asylum wako wengi na that thing is not
It's
good.
no.
Me hata on
So
TikTok
you are saying war is good?
people keep telling, nimekuwa nikiona hata videos, hata wengine si agents but wase vile walikuja huku wakafanya shady ways, wanajiadvertise in terms of wanaanza kuambia watu, unajua unaweza kuja huku usika asylum, but kama sasa surely kwanza Kenya is not even a country yenye hizi western worlds can say Kenya iko na vita. Unajua ku apply asylum is different.
Yeah, you have to
from
have a
maybe mtu
plausible
solid
reason.
evidence, yeah.
All the
like Kenya kwanza, coming from Kenya wanajua Kenya ina vita, Kenya ina
Yeah,
issues
yeah.
kama those kind of things, so of course your asylum itakatazwa.
So
And
kitu hapenia watu asylum, and it's very sad that I see this every day. I meet these people. Some of them are Kenyans. They speak to me in private, but at the end of the day, you have to maintain professionalism and serve them. They're supposed to be served. So to most of them, what happens when the case delays to be processed for like 2 years? Of course, you wouldn't just live in one place, like locked up in a house, or you just allowed to go out for fresh air. And then, so most of them end up like there's someone kindly mute
yeah,
your
let me
microphone.
just remove that. Yeah.
So they end up like running away from those, I in brackets I'll call them detention camps. So they run away from them to like try and start a new life on the streets. And then with these countries, if you don't have an address, you can't even open a bank account.
Yeah, that's true. You have to
You
really have proof of
kwanza
address.
you kwanza kufungua bank
Yeah,
account.
and everything here runs on banking, like transactions and everything. Everything is like money.
Yeah,
And
everything has to go through the bank. So
yeah,
if you do not have an address,
An
you do not,
address.
yeah. And even like I run 2 flats for a friend that I usually rent out to people, and I've seen students getting in touch with me saying, I'm coming there as a student. Can I please get a letter to show that they are paying, like they want you to give them a letter to say that they are paying you rent so they can have the address even before they step in the country. And this is one way that people usually use,
yeah.
because you have to have an address. I think kuna ka smart game they wanted to play, because eventually I just got people who stay within the area. But kuna ka game pia I think that people are playing in terms of getting an address before they are there and then using it to apply for. You can't even get a job, by the way, if you
Yeah,
don't
you
have an
can't get a job.
address.
So for such kind of people, what happens after they've been declined? Like you can't open a bank account because you don't have an address. And mzungu atakwambia tu, I'm sorry, I can't help you past here. So you'll be sent back to the streets. You've got nowhere to go. And the only thing you can do, maybe some of these Indians, they will take you to do them some sort of menial jobs. And there's a minimum wage here, but you see now, since you don't have the documentations and everything,
You'll
they
be
will use you.
exploited.
Yeah, so someone is paying you £5 an hour, and there's nothing you can do, because if you do something, they will report you to the authorities.
That's crazy.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you have to keep on hiding all the time. When you see a police vehicle, you want to run away all the time. So
Okay. Okay, that's why I always say use the right means. Get a skilled worker visa. You would rather be told no, ujue umenyimwa, and you're back home in your own home. No matter what kinds of problems you have, make sure your immigration status is legit. And if you come here as a worker or as a student, do not overstay that visa. Do not overstay a tourist visa. Do not overstay, like apply, renew it.
Because life is actually
Yeah.
hard. Like living these places without proper
Where it's
documentation,
hard,
obviously
it's
you
hard.
can have a
It's
struggle
hard. There's a day
because
I was being dropped off by a Nigerian in a taxi, and of course you would just know where they're from because of how they speak. He kept looking through the sort of like mirror. So are you a student? I was like, no, I work here. So he was like, okay. Where do you work? So I said, and how did you get here? I said, I'm on a visa. I'm someone's wife. Are you enjoying married life? Just they're looking for a way to get through. Like huyo nilijua from the word go, ako illegally. He's illegally here.
Yeah,
Anatafuta
just trying to
mtu.
survive.
Yeah.
And most
Cheki
of them,
nacheka. My husband was angry. Alikuwa anatoka nje. Alikuwa anataka kwenda kumreport.
and most of them,
everyone.
when they drop you in a taxi, they don't really accept card payments.
Oh,
They
they
will always.
want the cash, and
Mm.
he was driving
Unaona
fast.
hata huku by the way
Yeah,
kuna watu wengi like wa Uber wenye unapata wenye they're not legally here. Ukichukua Uber wanakwambia please pay me in cash.
yeah.
And that's not just even Kenyan issue, hiyo mambo ya kulipwa na cash, no. Huku
Well,
pia
they want that
especially huku in
because
Kenya.
of evading tax, and also
Just
because,
hide the
yeah,
identity.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
if anyone who thinks of immigrating is listening to this space, please just use the right means. Let no one lie to you about that. You will come here and start hiding. Life is really, especially during winter.
Yeah.
You,
Wait, oh
Mm.
my
so,
God. If
let no
summer
one
is,
lie
No,
to
when
you.
I moved
I
when
normally
I
say,
moved here,
I normally
you can
say
move
you
here.
will miss.
Okay.
Huh? I normally say you will miss suffering in Nairobi.
okay.
It's really bad.
Okay. King Kalala, did you want to say something?
I got something to say.
Mm-hmm.
I got something to say. Like like in this part of our nation, Nigeria and Africa, is it possible for someone to apply for someone to apply visa, work visa from Australia? Because yeah, in this part of nation, you can't even trust anybody for here. So in here, so even some of the agents here, they are really fraudsters.
Yeah.
So is it possible for someone to apply online visa for someone here?
Yes, what you would do, I think maybe you joined this space a bit later because I've already spoken the key points about applying for the Australian immigration, and that is the subclass 189 and 190. So if you just look at that and see the visa that would benefit you, either the 189 or the 190. That's the one that you can apply for yourself. You put in an expression of interest, and then the government would tell you if you can apply or not, and then you pay the fees yourself.
Like
That's really helpful because yeah, people are suffering for yeah because nobody nobody really matters even to get our international passport here is so frustrating. You
Oh,
understand? It's so frustrating.
so how
So
come
frustrating.
how come there are so many Nigerians that have immigrated? How do they do it? Because it
Yeah,
seems Nigerians
that's
are
what I wanted to
everywhere.
ask.
Yeah,
That Chika,
Yeah.
we want, can you, since, because us we're
yeah,
Kenyans, yeah,
Yes, I can hear you. I can
and
hear you.
we want to understand also the situation in Nigeria in terms of immigration, because Nigerians are everywhere,
yeah.
even here by Germany, there's so
There are
many,
so many, and
and
they are literally, you see, even in
but
the small towns, There are more
I
Nigerians.
just want to understand the situation in your country so that we
Okay.
can understand why all of you guys move a lot. Because, yes,
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a country. Before you get your international passport, first you have to struggle for it.
Mm-hmm.
And over here, say we are using in nairas. Before you get your international passport here, you have to sub. I mean, if you don't have somebody inside our immigration office, you can't. It will take like 6 months for you to get ordinary international passport
Mm-hmm.
here in Nigeria. And those people that are traveling, they have, if you don't have connections, or if you don't have any of your relation or your brother or sister that is high in position, or that is in authority, it will be hard for you. Like we Nigerians here, we are suffering here. Like all our youth here, I'm still a youth,
Mm-hmm.
but I have applied like 2 times my international passport for immigration office. They keep on telling me, come today, come tomorrow, come today, come tomorrow. For how many? For
How
even
much
past,
does a passport cost in Nigeria?
the passport cost in Nigeria, the last time I checked, is 80,000
Okay, so
to get
80,000
passport.
is about in
Eh,
dollars.
It's almost seven something thousand, 7 something thousand. Let's call it
Mm-hmm.
in dollars. Seven something dollars,
27
in like 70 something,
or
70
70
something
something
dollars.
dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
80,000.
Kenyan inakwaga how much? The
right,
Kenyan is
because $70
So
can't
so the
be
thing, so the
80,000
thing,
naira.
so the thing is becoming
No.
so frustrating for us here in Nigeria. So if we can see anybody who can help me to apply visa or for
But you
outside,
cannot apply for a visa without a passport. You need to have your passport first before you apply
I
for
know.
a visa.
Yes, yes, I know. I try to apply for Germany. You understand?
But how are you
So
applying
get off.
without a passport?
No, I'm just making the arrangements then, because there's one of my cousin in outside there. But the passport is the issue.
So you don't have
Even
a
even
if
if
you
you
don't
if
have a passport, you will not be able to apply for a visa.
yes, yes, I know.
You cannot go to an embassy without a passport,
Yeah,
though,
I
Chika.
know. Yeah, 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 I know. I know. That is the thing. That is the thing. Because many times, even at this last month, I went there. If you read Nigerian news, you understand that
You guys don't
almost
have a
almost
website?
almost 50,000, almost 40,000 passports has been cancelled
why?
just last year, just 2022. International passport, almost 40,000. If you read our news now in the Punch newspaper,
Mm.
40,000. They just released the news. 40,000 international passports
I think the
has been
issue as
cancelled.
well with the number of people in Nigeria, the number of people is quite big. So I think maybe they try to cap the number of people who can have a passport, but unfortunately, you cannot apply for a visa without a passport.
Yes, yes, I understand. I
Mm.
understand. I understand the situation, but it's hard here. It's hard to get. If
Hopefully the situation
yeah, it's so
changes, like with the
frustrating.
government that you guys have elected. Hopefully it changes, but keep gaining information on visas so that you can be able to know when to apply.
But it's so sad,
Yeah,
like Nigerians, they're very big in terms of their
yeah.
entertainment, their wealth, but then they have, okay, Kenya has issues, but Maze,
The
hey,
Nigerians
Nigeria.
one, yeah. But
Yeah,
then
like
at the same time, they really immigrate. Lots of them immigrate to
they immigrate. Me, I'm telling you, I think every single person, because but gender driving school, so I don't have a car. So every single person, like even when I get into the bus or the
mm,
tram, utapata mtu anaongea na simu and you already know
yeah,
is a Nigerian because of how they speak and stuff. But like the government is actually letting them down
yeah,
because they are very hardworking. I've come to realize they are very hardworking.
yeah.
But
It's such a shame.
and they have
It's like a whole African
information.
problem. I don't know how people in the Arab countries, but the rest of the sub-Saharan continent, we all have the same
Mm,
problem with systems. Miss Babes, did you want to say something?
Hi.
Hello.
I
hi.
mmemrudi.
Mmeuliza tu kitu mnajua, kwa nini wako huku nje wengi? Anyway,
Mbona tu vile unacheka?
uh, anyway, I just wanted to advise Kenyans,
Mhm.
before you even go out to any country, Google, because there are countries that don't have agents, work agents. There are some that completely do not have. As in, even if you're using an agent, make it your job to research. End up, go to Facebook, search Kenyans in Dubai, Kenyans in Australia, Kenyans in Malaysia. Search. You enter those groups